What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Randy here with RTS Mobile Gaming to bring you a Dynamite video. Today we are playing the Lord of the Rings Rise to War, and in today's video we're talking about two builds for Dain. We'll be comparing, can't speak. We will be comparing two Dain builds as I fight against Sarah's Thorn. Shout out to Sarah, her Thorn is fantastic. She is amazing. Love you a long time. Here we go. So, this first Dain build is really focused on having damage output from Ironfoot, Whirlwind, and King Under the Mountain. Okay, everything else is noise. We will be using Dwarven Grit to maximize their damage for the first 4 hits, and then we have a little bit of points in Heavily Wounded just to get an anti-heal in rounds 4, 5, and 8, and 9, okay? So that is the point of this particular build. Gear-wise, we're running just fairly average 4 and 5 star purple gear with a 3-star gold, okay? 398 might, not amazing, not wailed out. This is something that's accessible for anybody who wants to play Dain, all right? So, the Thorn we're fighting against has slightly better gear, but also still very accessible, okay? Running a strong unit composition and a strong skill composition here. And again, I love the Thorn, but the point of this build, I want to compare the two Dain reports. So, we're going to spend 10 seconds on this report, then I'm going to show you my new skills, and I'm going to show you how that performs against her Dain, alright? So as I show you that report, we're going to go ahead and start the march. That way you're not sitting here waiting for me to march around. Okay, as Dain marches, we're going to look at that other report here. Check this out, and then we're going to jump into the new report. Alright. So, again, the whole point of this build is to get out some decent damage using those 3 damage abilities, getting 50% damage bonus on Ironfoot, on Dwarven Grit, Dwarven Grit, giving 50% damage on Ironfoot, on Whirlwind, okay, and then as well on King Under the Mountain, alright? So, that damage bonus is going to keep applying to these abilities. It's going to be very powerful. Alright, like here in round 3, now it's going to apply to the Whirlwind. Whirlwind's going to hit like a truck, alright? And going into round 4, I will have one more instance where I trigger that damage bonus. King Under the Mountain is going to activate with Dwarven Grit before it finally falls off. That is the culmination of his damage. So the first couple rounds, we have 13-3. I'm just adding up his damage, okay? So I can compare these two builds. 13-3, then we have another 36,000 damage here in round 3. Okay, 36 plus 13.3. Let's just call it 50k damage in rounds 3 and 4. Okay, in round 2 we've got 13.7, so we're at 64k. Just call it 64k. And then in round 1 I hit for a total of 22. So 78,000 damage, 76,000 damage in the first 4 rounds from Dain with that particular build. Here in the next report, you can see I clearly performed a little bit better. How interesting is that? Let's go ahead and take a look at the difference in the build here. Same might, same gear, same unit composition. What I've done is I've gone through and reorganized the skills, so I'm no longer using the top R0 tree with Ironfoot. Ironfoot is a big damage dealer. However, I really wanted to accentuate the fact that I can get all in with a Dwarven Grit proc in round 4, as well as a ton of other damage. I'm also going to be penetrating. I'm going to be using Longbeard. So what happened here is I took the 15 points from Dwarven Grit, and I put 7 points in Longbeard to penetrate defense. I put 7 points in All In, and I put the leftover points into the bottom R0 tree. I do not want to have Ironfoot with even 1 point in it because it will use an instance of Dwarven Grit. Let's see how this damage added up in rounds 1 through 4. Again, 76,000 damage with the other build. Let's see what happens in this build, okay? You should see some bigger numbers here because that defense penetration is really, really powerful. Alright, so here in round 1, there is no damage really from Dain. Since he doesn't have Ironfoot. He will have King Under the Mountain here in round 2 trigger. King Under the Mountain here hitting for a little bit more damage. Not a whole lot, but a little bit more damage than in the previous fight. The Guardians did trigger a shielding, which means they reduced my damage by 20%. So this would have been maybe 15, 16k without that reduction. Going into round 3, you're going to see some disgusting whirlwind damage, guys. With that defense penetration, Look at that. Oh my goodness. It was only hitting for 18k last fight, so the defense penetration is real. 42,000 damage right here in round 3. In round 2, we've got a total of 14k. So we're already at 56,000 damage in rounds 2 and 3. That is pretty substantial. Okay, so 56,000 damage in rounds 2 and 3. Going into round 4 here, it's not going to take a lot to bypass my previous amount. Let's see what happens here. We have a King Under the Mountain proc for 14,260, folks. And then we're going to trigger all in with the damage bonus. Oh my goodness, the damage is insane. So 56, okay, we're up at like 70k, and then we get another 40k on top of that, guys. We just went to 110,000 damage in the first 4 rounds with this particular build. This build is nasty. That all in with the with the Dwarven Grit is crazy. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that I get 2 shieldings. Two of my 4 damage instances were reduced by Dwarven Guardian shielding. So just imagine how much more damage this could have been without it. Great fight. Love you, long time, Sarah. Thanks for the duel. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video where I compare 2 strong Dain builds. In my opinion, there is a clear victor, and that is going to be Dain running all in. Love you, long time. Like and sub. Randy out.